As Nelda likes to say, sometimes all it takes is a spark.
Well, let's switch gears and talk about being the verb and not the noun.
Yes. Well,
Walk us through that.
Lots of people want to be writers, right? I want to be a writer or a novelist. Not that many people want to sit down and write. I want to be an artist, but that whole sitting in my studio 8 hours a day, that seems a little rough, right? So, I mean, the way to become the noun is to do the verb. If you want to be a writer, you have to write. If you want to be a painter, you have to paint. You would think this is very basic, but it's not. It seems to be everyone's great stumbling block. So I always tell people, why don't you just forget that noun altogether? Don't worry about being an artist. Don't worry about being a writer. Just worry about writing. Worry about making art. Because the thing I found is that, when I started out, I wanted to be like a fiction writer. I wanted to be like a novelist. But I found out over time that's not my natural ability. I don't think in terms of character and plot. I think in terms of images and ideas. So I realized that if I had stuck with that vision, I have to be a novelist. I wouldn't be doing the kind of things I am doing right now. Or if I said, well, I'm just a writer, I wouldn't be doing the visual art that I was doing right now, right?
Mm-hmm,
so I feel like job titles, and in particular, and nouns can really restrict us in a lot of bad ways. I think they make you like really uptight. And so I think that if there is a noun that you're going for, you have to figure out how to turn it into a verb so you can get there.
Yeah.
So that is my own personal, that's what's always worked for me. I mean, for some people, it seems to be helpful to call themselves artists before they make art. Like I'm a writer. Here's my typewriter, here's my stuff. And like, I'm a writer. Here's my notebook. Here we go. But for me, it's always been, I've just been like, what is it that I really like to do? What are the verbs that I like to do? And there's a guy in town, a friend of mine named Stephen Tomlinson, and he gave this wonderful talk years ago that inspired me so greatly. He was like, look, if you're someone who likes to do a couple of things, if you have 3 passions, if you try to cut one of them out of your life, you will feel phantom limb pain. It will nag at you forever. So if you have 3 passions, say, you got to figure out a way to keep those passions in your life somehow, even if it's only like an hour a week. And you keep them in your life, and pretty soon after a while, they talk to each other. And what comes forth might not be a career, but it'll be a life. And that has inspired me. I remember him being on stage and saying that. And I still, to this day, it's like, I think so many people feel phantom limb pain because they had that thing in their life, right? They had that thing that they just loved, that fed them, and they were like, "Oh, but I'm a mom now. I don't have time. I can't, no." Or, "Oh, I'm real busy at work." And that phantom limb pain, it stays there, and you feel it all the time. And the way to not feel it is to bring the thing back, even for a little while.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really important.